Hello, hi, good morning. So, today our topic is defluoridation of water. Yes, defluoridation of water is one of the important essay questions that can be asked on the chapter fluorides. Fluorides, as you know, is a very big chapter. It starts with the introduction to fluorides, the topical fluorides, the systemic fluorides, and that fluoride toxicity, and of course then again the last part, defluoridation of water. Now defluoridation is part water of is of very important question, as it is a part of essay question. Mostly it will be asked as what is defined defluoridation, or the steps in defluoridation, or explain in detail about Nalgonda technique. Okay, so on that note, just now that we know the importance of defluoridation, we will go on to what the topic is about. Yes, so again, simply it is the downward adjustment of level of fluoride in drinking water to optimal level of 1 ppm. Yes, so as when we learned about the toxicity of fluoridation, we know how lethal, I mean, like acute and chronic effects of fluoride can be. So that is why we call it a double sword. So it has to be there in the right amount. Yes, so the downward adjustment, so we have to adjust it to the optimum level. So these are the keywords. The downward adjustment is a keyword that you should be mentioning when you are answering what is defluoridation of water. Yes, now, defluoridation is the process of removing excess naturally occurring fluoride from drinking water in order to reduce the prevalence and severity of dental fluorosis. Okay. Now, the several methods has been suggested from time to time for defluoridation. These are divided into mainly into two, based upon the ion exchange process or adsorption. Now, this is the point where mostly people leave out. We always explain about the Nalgonda technique, but we leave out the ion exchange process. Yes, one process is ion exchange or adsorption, and the next process, of course, is based upon addition of chemicals to water during treatment. That is Nalgonda technique. Now, the ion exchange process or the adsorption, the material used in contact wax include processed bond, okay, natural or synthetic tricalcium, phosphate, hydroxyapatite, magnesia, activated carbon, activated alumina, ion exchanges. And then again, ion exchange resins include anion exchange resins that include polystyrene, strongly basic quaternary ammonium type resins, cation exchange resins that include defluoron 1, carbon magnesia, and defluoron 2. Okay, you cannot leave out any of the cation exchange resins. That's very important. Defluoron 1, carbon, magnesia, and defluoron 2. Yes, now coming on to Nalgonda technique. Nalgonda technique is very important when it comes to the defluoridation techniques of fluoridation, and is always mostly asked as the essay question. So the first point is it is always developed by NEERI, National Engineering Institute at Nagpur in 1974, and reported by Bulusu in 1988. Its process comprises of addition, that is in sequence, of sodium aluminate or filter lime. Okay, you can remember it as filter lime and bleaching powder to the fluoride water, followed by flocculation, sedimentation, and filtration. Don't confuse it with water purification. This is different. This is defluoridation technique. So that is again repeating the process comprises addition in sequence of sodium aluminate, filter lime and bleaching powder to the fluoride water, followed by flocculation, sedimentation, and filtration. So the mechanisms, starting with the mechanism of action, the unit holds 22 liters, very key point, the 22 liters of water which filter into upper chamber. Okay, and then followed by rapid mix. Coagulant is rapidly and uniformly dispersed. This helps in formation of microflocs. Yes, formation of small flocks of solids, that is microflocs, and proper utilization of chemical coagulant, and preventing localization of concentration, and fourth one, that is preventing premature formation of hydroxide. So the rapid mix include coagulant is rapidly and uniformly disposed, just as the terminology suggests. And why? Because this helps in the formation of microflocs, proper utilization of chemical coagulant, and prevents localization of concentration, preventive premature formation of hydroxide. Coming on to flocculation, that is the second stage of formation of flocks from the destabilized colloidal size particles. Yes, flocculation is the second stage, always achieved by gentle and proper prolonged mixing. So remember that in rapid mixing, the coagulant is rapidly mixed and uniformly disposed, whereas in flocculation it is achieved by gentle and prolonged mixture. Okay, so in case of rapid mixing, it might be 40 to 50 rpms, whereas in flocculation it might be just 2 to 6 rpm, just just for prolonged achieved by gentle flocculation technique. And then there is sedimentation, that is separation from water by gravitational setting of suspended particles that are heavier than water. That most of you must have learned in your basic sciences, sedimentation, and your already in physics and everything. So separation is just from water by gravitational setting of suspended particles that are heavier than water. Please draw this diagram. This diagram is very important when you are explaining about Nalgonda technique. The flash mixing, or it can be also termed as rapid mixing. And then again flocculation, sedimentation, filtration, water shower, clean water tank, that is. Yes, so coming into factors that influence sedimentation, that include size, shape, density, nature of the particles, viscosity, density, in temperature of water, surface overflow rate, velocity of water, effective depth of settling water. So these are the factors that influence sedimentation. Filtration, it is a process for separating suspended and colloidal impurities from water by passage through porous media. So these are the filtration process. You can see how the process is happening through the diagram. Now the salient features of Nalgonda technique is very important points that you have to write about Nalgonda technique, that include no regeneration of media. Yes, no regeneration of media is happening here. No handling of caustic acids and alkalis. Readily available chemicals used in conventional municipal water treatment are only required. Adaptable to domestic use. There is simplicity of design, construction, operation, and maintenance. And there is highly efficient removal of fluoride, whereas little wastage of water and minimum mechanical and electrical equipment is required. No energy except muscle power required. So you can understand how important and why Nalgonda technique is of utmost important, because there are so many advantages to it, and it is very easy to perform and also economically cheaper. So it is a very highly efficient removal of fluoride. That is why Nalgonda technique is still very popular. So coming on to indication for adopting Nalgonda technique. Yes, absence of acceptable alternate low fluoride source within transportable distance. So you have to understand there should not be an alternate form of low fluoride area. So this we have to know. This of course, even if it is not that expensive, this requires some infrastructure and maintenance. So it has to be of utmost needed when it is used. So total dissolved solids are below, that is TDS. We can check the water with TDS meter and see if the total dissolved solids are below 1500 milligram per liter. And desalinization may be necessary in some cases. Raw water fluoride ranging from 1.5 milligram to 20 milligram is also indicated. Yes. Now coming to domestic defluoridation filter. Domestic defluoridation filters, these are stainless steel candle filters adopting Nalgonda technique, consists of water filters of any size and make fitted with candle filters and an additional mixing device. So domestic defluoridation filter include, these are stainless steel candle filters adopting Nalgonda technique, consist of water filters of any size and make fitted with candle filters and additional mixing device. Operation and maintenance of Nalgonda filters unit to be operated and maintained by an individual household and holds 22 liters, as we have already said, that hold 22 liters of test water. On treatment, 20 liters will be available. Fill 22 liters of test water into the upper chamber. Add required dose of aluminum salt solution. Mix rapidly for 30 to 60 seconds with a speed of 10 to 20 rpm. On chemical reaction, tiny flocks are formed, followed by slow mix for 10 to 15 minutes with a speed of 2 to 4 rpm. Then this flocculated water is allowed to settle and filter through the fuller's earth candle. Treated water is available for drinking and cooking. Level of fluoride, of course, is maintained to be 1 ppm. Now, the advantages is low cost of investment, low cost of maintenance, establishes ownership thereby making responsible for drinking water for their self-use, effective even when dissolved salts are above 1500 milligram and hardness is above 600 milligram. So you know that in dissolved salts can be assessed using the TDS meter, that is total dissolved solids can be assessed by the TDS meter. Now with that, we have come to the end of defluoridation. It is of, as I said, it is of important topic when it comes to fluorides in the industry, because it is one of part of the essay question. Some references books that you can use is J.J. Murray, that is very comprehensive when it comes to fluorides. So please do go through all this again. And Nalgonda technique, salient features, advantages, disadvantages is of utmost importance when it comes to defluoridation. And of course, don't leave about the ion exchange process. Thank you and have a good day.